back to the channel. Today we're going to unravel some incredibly complex events in Genoa. Rumors are circulating around the Newman family, but what's the truth? In this video, I'll summarize the plot points that will be revealed in the next episode. Stay tuned to see what happens. Welcome back to our channel for another explosive update from Genoa City. Today is a fantastic day to dive deep into the latest drama, and we have some truly shocking revelations to share with you. Make sure you stay tuned as we unpack the explosive twists heading your way. Young and the Restless Spoilers. No one expected this to happen, but the fragile peace in Genoa City is about to be shattered by a betrayal so profound that it will leave fans reeling for months. For a brief, shining moment, it appeared that Billy Abbott had finally conquered his inner demons, settling into the role of a devoted fiancé and expectant father to Sally Spectra. However, the siren song of corporate power and the bitter sting of family secrets are proving to be a toxic cocktail that Billy simply cannot resist. The upcoming storyline promises a devastating unraveling of a man who promised to put his growing family first, only to violently pivot back to his most destructive, power-hungry tendencies. As the battle lines are drawn and corporate espionage takes center stage, the collateral damage will be catastrophic, particularly for a pregnant Sally who is about to learn that the man she loves is still a leopard in a designer suit. The catalyst for this impending disaster centers around the legendary Jill Abbott, who is returning to town with a heavy burden and a desperate desire to keep a massive secret hidden from her volatile son. Jill has always navigated the treacherous waters of Chancellor Industries with a blend of maternal protection and ruthless business acumen. Whatever she is concealing, whether it involves the intricacies of Katherine Chancellor's estate, hidden clauses in the corporate restructuring, or the true nature of recent executive maneuvers, she knows that Billy's reaction will be explosive. Jill's desperate attempts to shield Billy from this truth are rooted in a deep-seated fear of his historical instability. She is acutely aware that Billy has a terrifying tendency to self-destruct when he feels marginalized or betrayed by his own blood. Yet, as any seasoned viewer of the show knows, secrets in Genoa City have a remarkably short shelf life, and Jill's desperate cover-up is destined to fail spectacularly, igniting a powder keg of resentment and ambition. When the truth inevitably claws its way to the surface, Billy's discovery of his mother's deception will serve as the ultimate psychological trigger. The revelation will not just be a breach of trust, it will be perceived by Billy as a direct assault on his legacy and his rightful place within the Chancellor hierarchy. The moment Billy realizes that Jill has been manipulating the narrative behind the scenes, a dark, familiar obsession will awaken within him. The devoted family man facade will instantly evaporate, replaced by the calculating, ruthless corporate warrior who views Chancellor Industries not just as a company, but as his ultimate birthright. Billy's reaction will be visceral and immediate, propelling him down a dark path where he is determined to seize control of the empire by any means necessary, regardless of who stands in his way or whose heart he has to break in the process. This renewed obsession with Chancellor Industries will consume Billy's every waking thought, pushing all other priorities into the background. For years, Billy has harbored a deep, unresolved complex regarding Katherine Chancellor's legacy, often feeling that he was unjustly passed over or underestimated by those in power. Now, fueled by the sting of Jill's secrecy and the agonizing realization that his rivals are thriving, Billy will launch a rogue, unilateral campaign to reclaim the throne. He will justify his impending ruthlessness under the guise of securing his family's future, a classic Billy Abbott rationalization that masks his raw, unfiltered ego. His days and nights will become consumed with hostile takeovers, stock manipulations, and boardroom backstabbing, leaving the beautiful life he was building with Sally Spectra to wither in the shadows of his towering ambition. Standing directly in the path of Billy's impending corporate hurricane are Kane Ashby and Lily Winters, who are preparing to present an impenetrable, unified front. Lily, having recently navigated a labyrinth of emotional and professional turmoil, has made the shocking decision to stand by Kane as the CEO of Chancellor. This appointment is not just a business maneuver. It is a profound declaration of trust and a testament to their rekindled romance. Cain, desperate to prove his worth and redeem himself after past transgressions, is fully committed to protecting Lily's vision and the Chancellor legacy. Together, they represent a formidable power couple, blending Lily's strategic brilliance with Cain's aggressive, protective instincts. They are acutely aware of Billy's erratic nature and his insatiable hunger for the company, and they are quietly fortifying their defenses for the war they know is coming. The impending corporate war between Billy on one side and the united front of Cain and Lily on the other promises to be one of the most vicious boardroom battles in recent Genoa City history. Billy views Cain's appointment as CEO as a personal insult, an unforgivable slap in the face from Lily, whom he feels has chosen a known grifter over a true heir to the legacy. The animosity between Billy and Cain is deeply rooted, spanning decades of romantic rivalries, professional betrayals, and physical altercations. As Billy begins to launch his aggressive shadow campaign to destabilize Chancellor from the outside, Cain and Lily will be forced to implement ruthless countermeasures. The tension will bleed from the executive suites into their personal lives, creating a toxic atmosphere where every conversation is a negotiation and every alliance is subject to sudden, brutal betrayal. While the titans clash over corporate dominance, the true tragedy of this storyline will unfold in the quiet, heartbreaking moments experienced by Sally Spectra. Sally has spent the last few months floating on a cloud of maternal bliss and romantic optimism. After enduring the agonizing, soul-crushing loss of her baby, Ava, the news of her current pregnancy with Billy felt like a miraculous second chance at happiness. She has been eagerly sketching out wedding plans, picking out nursery colors, and allowing herself to believe that Billy had truly transformed into the stable, dependable partner she so desperately needs. To see her dreams sidelined by Billy's sudden, maniacal pivot back to corporate warfare will be a devastating blow. Sally will be forced to watch as the man who promised to prioritize their unborn child actively chooses the thrill of the boardroom over the sanctity of their home. The stark contrast between Billy's recent behavior and his sudden descent into ruthlessness will force Sally and the audience to ask a chilling question. Was Billy's act as a devoted fiancé and expectant father ever truly genuine, or was it merely a convenient, temporary role he played while biding his time? Billy has always been a chameleon, capable of immense charm and apparent sincerity, but his core has always been defined by a restless, destructive energy. As he begins to skip ultrasound appointments, ignore wedding consultations, and prioritize secret meetings with corporate fixers, the facade of the perfect family man will crumble into dust. Sally will be left to grapple with the horrifying realization that the man she is tying her life to is fundamentally incapable of sustained contentment, always needing the chaotic high of a high-stakes gamble to feel truly alive. The ultimate unforgivable betrayal will occur when Billy crosses a line from which there is no return, actively sabotaging Sally's highly anticipated new professional project. Sally, an ambitious and exceptionally talented designer and businesswoman in her own right, has been pouring her heart and soul into a new venture, seeking to establish her own legacy independent of the Abbott and Newman empires. In a twist of breathtaking cruelty, Billy will orchestrate the destruction of her project, viewing it as either a necessary sacrifice or a tactical distraction in his grander scheme to conquer Chancellor. When Sally discovers the undeniable trail of evidence leading back to the man she shares her bed with, the emotional devastation will be absolute. It is an act of sabotage that will destroy her professional aspirations in a single afternoon, leaving her utterly breathless with betrayal. The confrontation between Sally and Billy over this sabotage is guaranteed to be a masterclass in daytime drama angst. Sally, trembling with a mixture of pregnancy hormones, righteous fury, and profound heartbreak, will demand answers from the man who just decimated her hard work. Billy, trapped in the twisted logic of his own ambition, will likely attempt to gaslight her or justify his actions with the hollow excuse that he is doing it all for the family. He will argue that securing Chancellor is the only way to guarantee their child's future, completely ignoring the emotional and professional violence he has just inflicted upon the mother of that child. Sally's tears of betrayal will be met with Billy's cold, calculating rationalizations, creating a chasm between them that no amount of apologies or diamond rings can ever hope to bridge. To truly understand the depths of Billy's betrayal, one must analyze the external pressures that drove him to this breaking point. The imminent arrival of his mother Jill, carrying secrets that undermine his authority, combined with the agonizing sight of his bitter rival, Kane Ashby, sitting comfortably in the Chancellor's CEO chair, created a perfect storm of insecurity and rage within Billy. He feels emasculated, sidelined, and profoundly disrespected. In Billy's warped psychology, the only way to reassert his dominance and soothe his bruised ego is to conquer the very entity that has been denied to him. Sally's new project, unfortunately, became collateral damage in his desperate, flailing attempt to prove to his mother, to Kane, to Lily, and most importantly, to himself, that he is the ultimate apex predator of Genoa City's corporate jungle. This storyline serves as a tragic, brilliant character study of Billy Abbott, proving the old adage that a leopard cannot change its spots, even if it is wearing a bespoke designer suit. Billy's tragic flaw has always been his inability to embrace peace. Whenever he achieves a semblance of happiness, a loving partner, a growing family, a stable life, he inevitably strikes a match and burns it all to the ground. His sabotage of Sally's project is the ultimate manifestation of this self-destructive cycle. He is a man addicted to the chaos of the gamble, whether it is at a poker table in Las Vegas or in the executive boardrooms of Genoa City. By choosing his obsession with Chancellor over the well-being of his pregnant fiancée, Billy is proving that his hunger for power will always eclipse his capacity for love, leaving a trail of broken hearts in his wake. As the dust settles on Billy's shocking betrayal, fans are left with a tantalizing, open-ended narrative that is sure to spark intense debate across social media. Will Sally Spectra find the immense strength required to walk away from the father of her child, realizing that a life with Billy means a life of constant, unpredictable betrayal?